It's time for Daily Specials. On the menu here this morning, a little schmear.
Bagels, too. You know, I have not had breakfast yet, so thank you.
Might as well head out to Bagelmania, Siegel's Bagelmania. It's right. It's one of the most popular bagel shops in all of Las Vegas. Get this, they're transforming into a club at night to try and combine the food and the laughs.
Comedians, right? They're going to have a comedy night. And here you are on the left talking to a husband and wife
Noah
team.
and Esther.
They're both comedians.
Yeah.
You actually met them out in the community, and then when you saw the press release, you went, wait a minute.
I know these people.
I met these guys, Noah and Esther. They're extremely charming, but I've never thought of putting bagels and a comedy show together, and they're not even really sure if it's going to work.
They're doing this monthly thing, though. They're doing it in the back room at Siegel's Bagelmania. That's why they're calling it backroom comedy, because it's literally happening there. They've got a special select menu ready to go, so some special sandwiches. You can nosh a little bit while you laugh. If you don't know, Siegel's Bagelmania, it's right next door to the Las Vegas Convention Center.
I think it's on DI, right there, and they just opened. But you had a chance to talk to the couple, right? They're going to host the event.
They're bringing the
tomorrow
comedy.
Night.
They're all tomorrow night.
Right.
They're bringing the comedy. Siegel's Bagelmania is bringing the food. This local husband and wife, they live here in town. They're teaming up. They're bringing in some of their comedian friends who live here as well. So I went to the back room to chat with them about it, Dana, and they told me they're trying to do it all for local Las Vegans just like them.
We're sitting in a deli. We're sitting in the deli. This seems like a crazy concept to me of doing comedy in a deli. Is it crazy to either of you?
Well, no, I love the idea because you go to a comedy club and you get like liquid queso and like hot dogs. And I'm always like, what about something good food?
It's crazy for her not to do a comedy show in a deli. So we actually came up with this. We were sitting here just coming to eat because we wanted to enjoy the food here. And we came to this back room and we were like, hey, this would actually be a perfect room for a comedy show. And we were literally sitting eating our bagels and just Googled who owns Siegel's Bagelmania. And we look over and he was 2 tables over. So we were just like, it's too serendipitous. The coincidence right there. And so we literally waited for him to finish his meal, went and approached, introduced ourselves, and a few months later, here we are.
I think what's great about this is we're sitting in Siegel's Bagelmania with a packed house behind us. This is coming up the show at 7 o'clock at night. So you're not going to have the full eating crowd here. You're going to have people focused on comedy.
We're actually really grateful. They're opening the restaurant beyond what's normal hours specifically so we could do this comedy show. And so the restaurant's going to be closed down. It's just going to be the back room, serving food, full bar, great comics. It's going to be a great environment.
All right, the two of them help organize this whole thing, the husband and wife duo here, Noah and Esther. Do you perform comedy together or you two keep it separate?
I'm always trying to get us to do something together. We do bits at home all the time.
We joke around a lot. We perform on shows together. We don't like two-man it with the mics, but we will always both be on every show at Bagelmania. One of us will be hosting, and one of us will be doing a normal set every month.
I want to know how this works. Like, are you running bits with each other? Are you bouncing bits off each other?
I can't get her to stop.
Okay.
We have different styles. So.
Yes, very different.
All right, what's the styles? What are the styles?
She's more energetic, off the cuff. I'm a little bit more laid back, sarcastic.
It's very weird. He'll tell jokes that are just like very well written, but like kind of monotone, but it's like, hey, they're really well written. At home, he does like impressions.
That's true.
And voices, and I go, do it on stage. And
I do
like,
things at home that I would never do on stage, but
and I would be like, if I had that impression, I'd be doing it nonstop.
I need to know what the comedy scene here in Vegas is like, because this is not normal. Doing a comedy show in a deli is not normal. How does this rank for you as far as where you're going out to, the different venues? Where does this fall in the mix as terms of maybe the vibe of it all?
So there's a lot of great comedy venues in Vegas, and as working comedians, we love living here and performing, but what's special about what we're trying to put together is it's actually for the locals. A lot of the comedy clubs bring in tourist crowds who are from all over the world or all over the country, whereas we're specifically trying to do something for people who live in Vegas that don't want to have to go to the Strip for their entertainment.
The two of you are obviously bringing in your significant other to take part in this.
Yeah.
Bringing in the other comedians. How is it important to get a good quality lineup for something like this?
I mean, that's the most important. We let Siegel's Bagelmania make sure that the food is quality, and we are literally in charge of making sure the comedy is quality. There are a lot of great local comedians who are professionals, and we're making sure to have local professionals on every show, but we also have both done comedy for years in New York or LA, so every month maybe we'll have special guests or friends who are passing through town. But it's always going to be a mix of professional comedians only on the show, and it's going to be
Yeah,
great.
my dad wants to do comedy on the show.
How good is your dad?
She will
How
not.
bad is your dad?
She will not let
It's bad, and I said, no, you're not good enough.
He's flying in from Florida for the first show, and she will not put her own father up.
It's just, he doesn't bring it.
I will say it
I
speaks,
support
it
her
speaks
decision.
to quality
Yes.
control. You
She's
guys.
cutthroat booking.
Yeah, but we have friends that are such great comics that, you know, it's hard to say, oh, this person's headlining, go see them, and that. You can see them all here.